J.J. McCarthy's dedication to the game is as crazy as you will ever see. And on this podcast, I am going to prove why. While you're here, hit that subscribe button, like button, follow button. If you're watching on YouTube or listening somewhere else, my name is Minnesota Tim. Welcome into the Minnesota Tim podcast. I'm so excited to continue this podcasting journey. April was my most viewed month ever. We're at over 100,000 views for the month of April. So if you are a part of that, thank you for making this podcast a part of your day and for going on this journey with me. J.J. McCarthy is a crazy, crazy man. He is dedicated to the game of football, and we are about to talk about that. But first, I need to tell you about 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis. My wife and I needed a bathroom remodel done badly. Like so badly. Our bathroom was disgusting. We had a moldy shower. We had an ugly step. It was outdated, embarrassing, ugly. All of the words that you can think of, that's what our bathroom was. And I was in the market for a new bathroom doing some research, and I stumbled across 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis. Compared to other companies that take 6 to 8 weeks, 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis got the job done in 48 hours, and we had our bathroom back in 3 days. We didn't have to cram into our teeny tiny bathroom downstairs to get ready for work or to get ready for the day. We didn't have to cram into our teeny tiny bathroom, all 4 of us, to try to get ready for the day. Our bathroom was done in 3 days. And I'm talking about full bathroom remodel. Floors, tub, shower, sink, vanity, everything. It's the bathroom of our dreams, and it was done in 3 days. Affordable payment plans, free consultations, they do it all. They even got rid of our mold. And what's so cool about a bathroom remodel, it immediately adds value to your house. So you're practically paying yourself back. 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis. It's really the best. And take a look at the video if you're watching this on YouTube. Double sinks, vanity, everything's updated, and it's modern, and it's beautiful. 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis. Okay, J.J. McCarthy is a crazy, crazy man. He had a press conference for the first time since he was injured, and there was a comment that he made that I'm about to play in a second that stood out to me above every other comment he made. Because he made some interesting comments. He said, I'm ready to start. I know I'm ready to start. Which is going to be the top headline, that he's confident in his abilities. But he made another comment during his press conference that stood out to me above any other comment. Take a peek.
You did this past year that you wouldn't have had time for, with all this unexpected downtime recovering?
There was a lot of, just kind of defensive coordinator reports, establishing a big, kind of plan of each player going into that week, and, making sure that I knew all the ins and outs and all the busy work on the front end when I had the time for it. So next year, I don't have to spend too much time on things that, aren't going to show up in the biggest way, and just really making sure I could be efficient next year with my, prepping and my game plan, studying and all that stuff.
So J.J. McCarthy studied things that he could not study if he didn't have the amount of time because of his injury. The Purple Persuasion said this: J.J. McCarthy studied nearly every single defensive player in the NFL last season to cut down on prep time during the season. Kevin O'Connell hinted at this in one of his recent pressers this offseason as well. J.J. McCarthy is dedicated to the game of football, and not just the flashy parts. The dude puts in the time behind the scenes that nobody is ever going to see. Nobody is ever going to see McCarthy looking at film for hours a day. Nobody is ever going to see the amount of things that McCarthy passed up on and decided to watch film instead. You ask any other player, for the most part, what they did while they were injured for a year. And they will come up with these random hobbies. Oh, I took up this, I took up that, I studied this, I played this. And probably the most common one is, yeah, I dialed up my Call of Duty or Fortnite on PlayStation 5 or Xbox, and I am level 5 out of 5, and I'm the best player on the internet. AKA Kyler Murray. The greatest thing about J.J. McCarthy is that you never have to worry about what he is doing off the field, because he is entirely dedicated to not just playing the game of football, but studying the game of football. McCarthy is a crazy, crazy man. And you might think to yourself, well, it's only 30 minutes of Fortnite. It's only 30 minutes of Call of Duty. But 30 minutes is not just 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day equals 3.5 hours per week, which equals about 14 hours per month. And you think about what 14 hours per month means. You multiply that by 12 months out of the year. And that's 168 hours per year, which is equivalent to about 7 days. Well, you multiply that by about 10 years if McCarthy plays a 10-year career. And you're looking at about 70 days of extra prep that McCarthy did to prepare his mind and body to be the best quarterback that he can be. And what is going to separate McCarthy, if he is indeed a franchise quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, is going to be his willingness to prepare and study way harder than any of his opponents. His willingness to dedicate himself to that film room is going to separate McCarthy if he is indeed a quarterback that can physically make all the throws. And that is why the Minnesota Vikings fell in love with McCarthy while they were interviewing him during the pro days. Because McCarthy so authentically loves the game of football. And you heard Minnesota Vikings offensive linemen talking about the same thing yesterday. They talked about this energy that's contagious that McCarthy brings inside the Minnesota Vikings facility. And you think about players like Kyler Murray, and you don't really know how dedicated they are to the game off the field because they are so dedicated to video games. And the last thing that we need to think about with J.J. McCarthy is what he is doing off the field. Because most likely, he is studying his opponents and figuring out how he can become a better quarterback. Even the evidence of him getting back to 215 pounds when he was once 180 pounds just a few months ago. The guy packed on 35 pounds in just a few short months because he needed his body to get back to a place where he could take a hit. And now he's back to that place. They showed the picture of him versus Detroit in week 17, and the dude looked like a Slim Jim. And now he looks like he's busting out of his shirt during his press conference. McCarthy is so dedicated to the game of football. And this is McCarthy's best attribute out of any other attribute. Sure, can he make a throw? I hope so. And if he stinks at quarterback, I mean, no one really is going to care whether or not he studied the amount that he studied. But if he is a good quarterback, if he can make all the throws and all the right reads, we can point back to his dedication in the film room to study his opponents and be the best quarterback that he can be. And it's cool to see a quarterback so obsessed with trying to bring the Minnesota Vikings as much success as they've ever had. Who knows if they will have it, but it will not be for a lack of trying. because McCarthy is batshit insane. The dude is crazy. So, that's my podcast for the day. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. And remember, 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis. Check them out today and get the bathroom remodel of your dreams in 48 hours. Thank you for watching, and everyone have a great day.